Good evening and a very warm welcome indeed. This is Peter Sandrovich with you on a Tuesday evening, previewing the action for Wednesday, and it's a great pleasure to be with you once again. Well, I've got a 100-to-1 double at Dundalk I'm going to talk about, one in the 3:30 and one in the 4 o'clock race at the Irish track, the all-weather meeting there. And I've also got an 11-to-1 chance running at Hereford in the afternoon session as well. So I'm going to start at Hereford with no more ado, and then I'm going to go on to these all-weather bets at Dundalk, where I've tipped so many winners, and I look forward to hopefully getting you a nice big one tomorrow, that's for sure, on that Wednesday afternoon. Okay, so let's get cracking. Let's get straight into the 3:20 at Hereford, and a horse I'm very interested in here is number 10, and the horse is called Kay's Light. Kay's Light, so horse number 10, trained by Paul Henderson. Not a most fashionable trainer, but a very, very good trainer. And I think you could have a big price winner here with number 10. It's called Kay's Light. And as I say, it runs in the 3:20 at Hereford, which is a 2.5 mile handicap. And I think Harry Cobden is a significant booking without a shadow of a doubt on this one. James Best and Tom O'Brien has rode this horse to date in the 3 runs it's had. It's only a 5-year-old, but last time I thought it ran really well when 4th of 15 at Chepstow. That was over 2 miles behind a horse called American Sniper. And if you take that horse at face value, it went off at 200-to-1 that day, and previously it went off at 66s. And the first time it ran, it went off at 100-to-1. So we'll say no more about the mare, other than it's not been fancied for a penny so far since it's been on the racetrack. But it is ready to go today or tomorrow, depending on when you call. But it's on Wednesday, and it runs in the 3:20 at Hereford, number 10. The horse is called Kay's Light. Now, the horse has been running over, or she's running over, half a mile further than she ran last time and the time before. And a very good idea, certainly by Paul Henderson, to do that, because the horse really needs a trip. And I think she's got a wonderful chance. She's number 10. She's called Kay's Light. I'm just looking at the prices. They're a bit strange, the market at the moment. 6-to-1 with most bookmakers, but 11-to-1 with Bet365. Not sure if that's there or not. But either way, even at 6-to-1, I think this horse is a banker each way bet. Harry Cobden rides. Henderson trains it. That's Paul Henderson, not Nicky. But Harry Cobden on board says its own story that this jockey has been booked to win. And although Paul Henderson has not trained a winner all year, this could definitely get him off the mark. The mare, she's number 10, Kay's Light. And I wouldn't think Harry Cobden will be on it unless it was there to do the business. So 3:20 Hereford, your first bet, number 10, Kay's Light, and that's the first bet there. Now move over to Ireland, where I've got 2 very, very interesting horses to tell you about. One of them's in the 3:30 and one of them's in the 4 o'clock. We'll go in race-timed order, save messing around. And in the 3:30 there, 10-to-1 chances, number 5. It's called Midnight Fire. Midnight Fire. Well, it's got a string of duck eggs next to its name, 0-0-0-0, trained by Eddie and Patrick Harty. Eddie Harty, he was the first Grand National winner I ever backed. A horse called Highland Wedding, I think it was in 1969. Ridden by Liam Roach anyway, this one, and no doubt about it, it ran really well at the Curragh last time up. 14th of 30, doesn't sound so good, but it was a good run, and I think reverting now to the all-weather, bred by Mason, shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. And off a mark of 65, at the Curragh earlier in the year, the 22nd of May, it ran off a mark of 78. So we're talking about a stone lighter than just 4 or 5 months ago. And this horse really has to be considered potentially thrown in. Number 5, Midnight Friar. As I say, it's got no form on this surface, but bred by Mason shouldn't find that a problem, who's bred several all-weather winners. And number 5, Midnight Fire, is the one to be on in the 3:30 at Dundalk. As I say, down in the weights, and very, very, very much a dark horse and a very interesting horse, and could be a little bit too good for these off at a big price. Number 5, Midnight Fire, in the 3:30 at Dundalk. The final bet's in the 4 o'clock at Dundalk, and again it's a big price one. It's around about 10 to 1, trained by Mick Halford. It's number 1. It's called Arcaneers, again ridden by a very valuable claimer, £7 claimer, which takes its weight down considerably and is already £5 lower than when it last ran on the all-weather at Dundalk. And I think this horse is going to take a lot of beating. It's number 1. It's called Arcaneers. Currently priced at 10 to 1 to your money. Ran at Dundalk last time up and ran really well. Went 5th of 14. Ran a horse called Hodge Girl. And that was a good run, only the 11th of November, so a couple of weeks ago. Fit and ready to go. Got a good £7 claimer on. Already dropped £5 in the weights. Again, looks a very, very, very well handicapped gelding indeed. So number 1, Arcaneers, in the 4 o'clock at Dundalk. So I'll just run through them again for you. Midnight Fire each way in the 3:30 at Dundalk, number 5. Arcaneers, number 1, in the 4 o'clock at Dundalk. And over at Hereford, number 10, Kay's Light for Harry Cobden. For Paul Henderson, who's not trained a winner yet this season. Well, let's hope he can get off the mark with Kay's Light in the 3:20 Hereford, who looks potentially well handicapped, stepping up in trip. That's it from me for you tonight. Good luck, and I shall return to you, God willing. I'll be back at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, and that'll be for Thursday's action. Bye for now.